Hello, everyone, and welcome to
Balance, baby.
The podcast designed to help you consistently show up as the best version of yourself. My name is Karen, and I'll be your host. I'll be here every week sharing stories and teaching you techniques to prioritize the only thing we have any control over in this world, ourselves. Welcome back, beautiful souls, to season 2 of Balance, baby. Did you miss me? Because I missed you. I got so much positive feedback about season 1, and I'm so excited to dive deeper into our self-improvement journey in this new season. Imagine we're building a home together. You can picture season 1 as the foundation. It is concrete. It is solid. It is there for you when you need it. The concepts we discussed will always be your starting point for becoming your most authentic self. Concepts that are universal and applicable to everyone. I encourage you to go back to season 1 frequently, because as our awareness expands, so does our level of understanding. Something you may not have resonated with previously might be exactly what you're ready to implement in your life now. We can picture season 2 as the framing of our home. With framing, we have a bit more flexibility. How many rooms do we want? How big will they be? What will the layout look like? Season 2 invites you to tailor your journey to fit your unique needs and aspirations. And with that being said, let's dive right into it. I have a very important question for you. Who would you be if you had full confidence in yourself? If you had no insecurities and you knew that you couldn't fail because you were either going to accomplish your goals or something even better? Imagine stepping into that version of yourself each day, feeling empowered and unstoppable. How would you carry yourself? What dreams would you pursue? What would your daily routine look like? How would you feel in your relationships, and how would you treat others? This is your ideal self. Take some time to reflect on these questions. It will help you if you write down your answers. And your answers will be personal to you because there's no one else like you. Society often encourages us to dress the same, look the same, think the same, but we are not the same. We are unique individuals, and life gets better for everyone the more we embrace and encourage this. Now that we have an understanding of what our ideal self looks like and acts like, we can begin to close the gap between who we are and who we want to be. The important part here is to recognize that there is nothing wrong with who you are. Once upon a time, the life you're currently living was only just a dream. It's crucial to honor where you are while striving towards where you want to be. However, not making changes will keep you where you are. So, if there are parts of your life that you want to improve, you're going to have to embrace change. Take an audit of your life and analyze where you can improve. Identify areas where you feel stuck or dissatisfied, and consider what changes you can make to move closer to your ideal self. Remember, change can be gradual, and it's okay to start small. Each step you take towards alignment with your ideal self brings you closer to living a more fulfilling and authentic life. One tool that can help you with this is called the Wheel of Life. It's a tool that was created to assist you in self-reflection and goal setting. It provides a visual representation and comparison of all the different areas of your life, allowing you to see which parts of your life are lacking your attention and focus. A basic wheel of life would have 8 equal parts, but you can also have more depending on how detailed you want to get with this. Each section is assigned a category. Through introspection, you'll assign a rating to each category based on your current level of satisfaction and fulfillment. This rating is typically represented on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being closest to the center and indicating low satisfaction. 10 is closest to the outer edge of the circle and indicates high satisfaction. By visually plotting these ratings on the wheel, you'll gain insight into which areas of your life may be thriving and which may require more attention. If you need a visual or a template to follow, search Wheel of Life on Google for tons of options. To help you get started, let's explore each of the basic categories a little more closely. So we'll start with career and work. This category assesses your satisfaction and fulfillment in your professional life. Consider factors such as job satisfaction, career progression, work-life balance, and alignment with your passions and values. Next, we have finances. Evaluate your financial situation, including income, savings, debt, and overall financial stability. Reflect on whether your financial goals are being met and if your spending habits align with your financial values. Then we go on to health and wellness. Assess your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Consider factors such as exercise, nutrition, sleep quality, stress management, and overall healthy habits. Then we move on to relationships. Reflect on the quality of your relationships with family, friends, and romantic partners. Evaluate the level of connection, communication, support, and satisfaction in each of your relationships. Next, we move on to personal development and growth. Consider your commitment to lifelong learning, personal growth, and self-improvement. Reflect on areas where you are expanding your skills, your knowledge, and experience to reach your full potential. Then we have fun and leisure. Assess the balance between work and leisure activities in your life. Consider how you allocate time for hobbies, interests, and activities that bring you joy, relaxation, and fulfillment. Then we have spirituality. Reflect on your spiritual beliefs, practices, and connection to something greater than yourself. Consider how spirituality contributes to your sense of purpose, meaning, and inner peace. And lastly, we have environment. Evaluate your physical surroundings and the impact they have on your well-being. Consider factors such as living environment, organization, and cleanliness. Regardless of how you choose to identify the gaps between your ideal self and who you are now, the crucial step is to recognize that bridging this divide requires taking action. It's so easy to fall into a trap of complacency, using phrases like, "Well, this is just how I've always been," as justification for staying stagnant. However, true growth and transformation requires you to let go of this fixed mindset. You can spend as much time as you want learning new concepts, but it is the application of this newfound knowledge that is actually going to create the changes in your life. If you have been goal setting to improve certain areas of your life and you're not seeing the results that you want, it's okay to pivot. Sometimes, despite our best efforts and intentions, the path we've chosen may not lead us to the outcome we wanted. Instead of being disheartened or feeling defeated, it's important to remember that you can change your approach or your strategy whenever you see fit. Trust in your ability to pivot towards new opportunities, recalibrate your strategy, and continue moving forward with resilience and determination. try to embody your ideal self. If your ideal self ran into an obstacle on their path towards their goals, would they get discouraged and give up? Or would they persevere regardless of the circumstances? It's important to start asking yourself how your ideal self would act in any given situation, and then act in that way. By consistently embodying the traits and values of your ideal self, you're not only reinforcing positive behaviors, but you also reinforce your commitment to personal growth and to authenticity. Finding effective ways to hold yourself accountable is key to staying on track. To do this, you could incorporate habit tracking apps or systems into your routine that can provide valuable insight into your progress and areas for improvement. These tools allow you to monitor your consistency in practicing behaviors aligned with your ideal self and identify patterns or obstacles that might be holding you back. Another effective strategy is to enlist the support of an accountability partner. This could be a trusted friend, a family member, maybe a coach or a mentor who shares your commitment to personal development. Regular check-ins with your accountability partner provide opportunities for reflection, encouragement, and constructive feedback. The intention is that they help you to stay accountable to your goals and motivated to keep pushing forward. Embodying your ideal self is a journey that requires consistent effort and dedication. Those who are living as their ideal selves didn't reach that point overnight. They got there through persistent and inspired action. In a culture that often prioritizes instant gratification and quick fixes, it's essential to acknowledge that true transformation takes time and sustained effort. Each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to realizing your fullest potential and living a life in alignment with your highest self. Commit to showing up for yourself each day, knowing that every effort you make contributes to your continued growth and fulfillment. Understand that embodying your ideal self also requires the discipline to say no to distractions and short-term impulses. In a world filled with constant distractions and temptations, staying focused on your long-term goals and aspirations can be challenging. However, it's essential to recognize that every decision you make either brings you closer to or further from your ideal self. Saying no to distractions means being mindful of how you allocate your time and energy. It involves setting boundaries, prioritizing tasks that align with your goals, and resisting the urge to indulge in activities that derail your progress. Whether it's scrolling through social media or binge-watching TV shows, each distraction takes you away from the path towards your ideal self. When you're spending time watching reality TV or even scripted movies and TV shows, you are watching people live out their dreams of reaching fame and recognition. And in the process of binge watching, you're actively procrastinating taking any steps to live out your own dreams. Technology has undoubtedly made our lives easier, but it doesn't come without a cost. For example, social media platforms are amazing for facilitating connections with friends or family or even strangers, regardless of their physical locations. There are so many people I've met while traveling who I normally would have lost touch with, but instead I get to maintain a connection with them because of social media. Additionally, these platforms provide us with opportunities for networking that we might not otherwise have. They help us build communities around shared interests and truly have the potential to enhance our lives in meaningful ways. However, you would have to be a fool to think that streaming services and social media are created purely for our entertainment and for fostering connections. While streaming services and social media may seem friendly and fun, they're actually all about making money. They're profit-driven businesses, and they use strategies to keep users hooked so that they can make more money off of their consumers. How you choose to spend your time is completely up to you, but I encourage you to start being more mindful of how much content you're consuming on a daily basis and what kind of content you're consuming. It's not about completely removing this habit from your life. It's about finding a balance so that you're not distracted from your own goals and dreams. Obviously, you're hearing this because you're listening to my podcast, and I'm so grateful, because part of my mission is to provide good, positive content for people to enjoy. Ideally, not just to enjoy, but to facilitate meaningful, positive changes within their own lives. With that in mind, I want to encourage you to watch a documentary I saw a few years ago called The Social Dilemma. It's a very interesting documentary about the impacts of social media on society, and it reveals how these platforms use algorithms and our own psychology to keep us addicted. Similarly to mindfully saying no to distractions, resisting short-term impulses requires practicing delayed gratification and exercising self-control. It means resisting the temptation to opt for instant pleasure or gratification in favor of long-term fulfillment and success. While it may be tempting to give in to immediate desires, doing so only slows your progress. By cultivating mindfulness, self-discipline, and a strong sense of purpose, you empower yourself to make choices that align with your values and aspirations. You learn to distinguish between what is truly important and what is merely a distraction, allowing you to stay focused on your journey towards becoming your best self. So, the next time you're faced with a distraction or short-term impulses, pause, reflect on your long-term goals, and choose the path that brings you closer to embodying your ideal self. Thank you so much for tuning in to my first episode of Season 2. The more often you act like the highest version of yourself, the more often you will feel like it. My hope is that this episode has inspired you to go inwards and understand what your ideal self truly looks like. I keep several lists in my phone detailing the habits, traits, and qualities of not only my ideal self, but also my ideal partner and my ideal home. These lists serve as reminders and help me to stay focused on my goals while maintaining a high vibration to attract what aligns with my vision. When faced with life's challenges or decisions, I encourage you to pause and take a moment to center yourself. Consciously choose to act from a place of alignment with your higher self, rather than reacting based on past patterns or conditioning. It's through persistent practice and intentional action that we can embody the essence of our ideal selves and manifest the life we desire. If you're finding value in this podcast, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and share it with your friends and family. Your support means the world to me and helps spread the message of authenticity and positivity to others. And if you're loving what you're hearing, please consider leaving a 5-star review. Your feedback not only brightens my day, but also helps others discover the podcast and join our community of growth and empowerment. I'll be back next Wednesday with episode 2. Together here, we're creating a community of beautiful souls ready to uplift each other, ready to experience all the joy that this life has to offer us. And don't forget, life is all about balance, baby. Balance, baby.